What's going on, guys? It's your boy Barber Jase. Welcome back to another video. I know you guys have missed me, so let's jump straight into this video. So for this haircut, I got my guy Melvin. He's going for a wavy, mullet, flow, taper sort of haircut. I don't know what they call it nowadays, but let's do it. So starting off, wetting down the hair, making sure the hair is thoroughly wet so you can get some clean sections. I'm sectioning the recession point round to the back to separate the top and the sides. As you can see, the section at the back, I'm separating the top and the sides, keeping the section quite high. This is going to allow me to build some weight and graduation, as more of the hair on the top is going to be going down into the weight. So it doesn't matter if your section's a bit higher, it's all about how you cut that graduation. So cutting my first section, I'm going diagonal sections starting on the right side. So I'm going to break down the sides into 3 sections. The left side, the right side, and then I'm going to cut the back. All of these different sections of the head is going to have a different guide that I'm going to start with. So moving around using diagonal sections, I'm going to over direct the section into your previous to build up some weight. I just want to say, if you're watching this right now, I really appreciate you guys watching, supporting my channel over the years. And if you're not subscribed, make sure you click that subscribe button. Big up to all the barbers watching. As you can see, I'm sectioning with the wider tooth comb, making sure my sections are clean and that I'm getting good tension with the hair when I'm pulling it out. This is very important, as every section you take and every angle you pull the hair has a purpose to create shape. As you can see now, the hair is flowing nicely. Once the right side is done, I'm going to move straight onto the left side and I'm going to repeat the same steps. This time I'm taking diagonal sections and my fingers are pointing down instead of pointing up, which is on the opposite side. Towards the bottom, my fingers are almost touching the head, because I want the length of this to connect into my clipper work, which I'm going to fade the sides just a little bit to give it a nice clean taper at the bottom. Around behind the back of the ear, I want it to flow nicely. So I'm going to do all of this with the scissors, no clippers out at the back, maybe just around the edges, but not with my clippers to fade. So now that the left side is done, I'm going to start a new guide from the back. Pulling the hair straight out, I'm going to create a guide right down the middle. I can do this underhand, but I decided to do it overhand so you can see what I'm doing. But now, taking a section, using that as my guide, I'm going to move onto the right side, and now I'm going to do underhand. This gives me more control and it allows me to see the exact direction of hair I'm pulling. If I'm standing side on, it's harder to tell where I'm pulling the hair. If I'm standing in front of the section, it gives me more precision and I can see a clearer angle of the hair that I'm pulling. So as I work towards the ear, it should just connect onto the sides, which I cut earlier. Now using that original guide from the middle to cut the left side to connect it into the left side of the head. So now I'm checking the balance, pulling the hair to see if it matches on the other side. Now I'm using my texture razor just to clean up the edges to give it a nice natural finish, but still creating a bit of shape. You want to use a light touch and let the razor glide through the hair to break up the ends and to add movement. Now I'm going to move on to the top, starting with the profile line. This is the guide for the top. So starting at the highest point of the head, which is the apex, I'm going to cut towards the fringe. This is going to determine the length on the top. Now I'm going to extend that profile line all the way back, and I'm going to follow the shape of the head and connect it onto the sides at the back. Now pulling the hair straight up, I can see my guide. I'm going to cut this whole middle section square, making sure my fingers are completely horizontal. After cutting the hair, I'm going to sweep the hair into my next section, and I should be able to see my profile line as a guide, also the hair behind, which is the previous section I cut. If you want a more in-depth video on how to layer hair, go to Basic Barbering and you should be able to find a more in-depth video there. So this is layering hair, pulling the hair up to create a shape which allows the hair to fall nicely. So now I'm rounding my fingers slightly to follow the shape of the head, so it blends nicely and flows without too much weight. Now this is the back of the head. I'm just going to use the profile line. I'm going to follow the shape of the head, and normally I cut the back round, which is following the shape of the head. As you can see, my fingers are not horizontal, they are curved to follow the head shape. Now I'm connecting the top and the sides. I'm putting my fingers down and I'm cutting straight up. You don't want to be cutting this too round, you just want to connect the points together. This is another way to connect. I'm going to take horizontal sections and I'm going to pull it towards my body and I'm going to connect it into the sides. You should be able to see the shorter hairs at the bottom. This is a different way to connect. Using horizontal sections is better to build up weight. So now the top is done, I'm going to blow dry to check the shape. This is where you can see if your scissor work has been cut precisely, and I can see the shape, the flow and how the haircut moves in its natural direction. When the hair is wet, you can't see the imperfections. When it is dry, it reveals how it will sit naturally, all the heavy spots and uneven areas which will allow me to refine later on. Also, I need to do the clipper work, which needs the hair to be dry. So now I'm going in with my number 2 to remove a bit of weight, and it should blend straight into the scissor work that I created. Now using my trimmers, now I'm going to create my 0 placement line. I'm going quite high with the taper, as he wants this haircut to last him a little bit longer. Also cleaning up the hair around the ears, he wants it a little bit sharper as well. You can leave it a little bit more natural, but my client wanted it a bit sharper around the ears. It's all preference. Now I'm going in with my 1.5 guard. I'm going to work my way down, and I'm not going to create any guidelines. I prefer using this approach if I want to keep the fade tight, as it allows me to build up more weight and it gives me a little bit more control without creating harsh lines. Remember, fading isn't about rushing through your guards, it's about patient control and attention to detail. So take your time and trust the process. When you get to no guard 0.5, You want to slowly close that lever and you should start seeing the fade come together. When you're doing the clipper work and your fades, make sure you step back and have a look at your haircut. Sometimes you need to step back and see the bigger picture. Sometimes you get too focused on one section. You need to look at the entire haircut, see how it flows together. So now I'm just tapering the other side. Again, working down with my guards to complete the taper. When I'm tapering or refining my work, I like to use the corner of my clipper as it gives me maximum precision and accuracy. Since the area is quite small, there's no need to use the full blade sometimes. It's good to target the dark spots without disturbing the blend around. So now using my comb, doing a bit of clipper over comb to taper out the hairline, also to remove a bit of weight to connect it into the sides. And I'm going to do a little bit of outlines around the ears. So now I'm just going to point cut a little bit around the edges, as my client wanted it a little bit shorter. Even though earlier I used the feather razor, this is just personal preference. He doesn't want it too long at the bottom. So I'm just using my scissors to point cut to create a bit more shape and flow. And using my clippers to clean up underneath it without affecting the hairline shape. Refining the haircut and softening the blend now with a bit of scissor over comb. This is one of my favourite techniques as it really brings the haircut together. The difference between a good haircut and a great haircut is often found in the refining parts of the haircut. This part is usually the connection with the clippers and the scissor work. A lot of barbers mess this part up. Now I'm going to style using a bit of wave cream from Wavy. Get Wavy, applying it to damp hair. I usually just apply a small amount of product as I can always add more. Little goes a long way. Now I'm using a diffuser to dry the hair. This will dry the hair naturally and gently. Perfect for them wavy, flowy styles. I don't like to rub the diffuser in the hair. A lot of people do that. I rather use my hands to control that. But that's pretty much it for this haircut. Don't forget to like, subscribe and comment down below. But until next time, keep learning, stay humble, trust the process and never stop sharpening your craft. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace!